Good evening, viewers, wherever you are watching from, whether in Uganda or outside Uganda. We are glad you have made NTV your #1 station. And we're also happy you always wait every Saturday to watch your favorite program, NTV People's Parliament, chaired by none other than your speaker, Agnes Nanduto. As I always tell you, this is the only platform in this country that gives you opportunity to speak about issues that affect your everyday life. Tonight, we are in Ntungamo district, here to discuss a very important topic that does not only affect the district in Ntungamo, but the entire country and probably the entire Africa. This is teenager pregnancies and early marriages. How is it affecting your village, your community, or your district, or even your family? Keep watch, and people of Ntungamo will tell you how it has affected their district. This is NTV People's Parliament. Welcome, honorable members. You're welcome to NTV People's Parliament here in Ntungamo to discuss yet another important topic, the teenage pregnancies in this district and early marriages. Who are the perpetrators? Who are the people not doing their work? Is government doing enough? Is the police doing enough? Are the local leaders, political leaders doing enough? We listen from them tonight. But before we get the ball rolling, I want to get our partner, Advocacy for Better Health, to give us some statistics, some research of how teenage pregnancies has affected Ntungamo district. And after that, of course, we shall get the district health officer who has more statistics. You're welcome, honorable member.
Honorable members, we are very privileged to be here this evening discussing this topic. And I want to say that I hope we can provoke each other to talk about this topic like a topic that really breaks our hearts. I remember one time I read a book of a man who said, "Let my heart be broken by the things that break the heart of God." I believe teenage pregnancy breaks the heart of God, because very many young girls have had their lives cut short and destroyed. And even though Ntungamo is not on the top of the list in the districts, with 12.1% of the girls in Ntungamo getting pregnant before they are 19, this is a cause of concern, especially when you consider that Ntungamo as a district has a much higher than national average HIV/AIDS prevalence at 7.9% compared to the 6.2 or 6.1 national average. The vicious cycle continues. Many of these girls don't even have knowledge about the HIV/AIDS challenges. Research indicates that only 36% of the young people have comprehensive knowledge about HIV and AIDS. We've heard stories of men that have impregnated or defiled or victimized young girls. They've been arrested. They've been taken to police. They've been released. We've heard stories of people, parents, conniving with some of these men to hide away some of these stories.
Because they want money from them.
Because they want money from them. These are issues of concern. These are our children. What is government doing about this? Are we doing enough? Let me summarize the vicious cycle of poverty. It begins with the pregnancy. The child drops out of school. The child gets married. And Honorable Speaker, I don't want to call it early marriages, because when you say early marriages, it sounds like marrying at 10 a.m. instead of marrying at 2 p.m. It's not early marriages. It is child marriages.
Child marriages.
These are child marriages. We are marrying of children. Let's call it what it is. They get reproductive health challenges. They get fistula. They begin to leak feces and urine, because they got involved in issues before they were mature. Then they get other health challenges. Unfortunately, the cycle of poverty then picks up. They will also give birth to children who will struggle in the same way like they have struggled. And then they get in marriages, and domestic violence becomes a real issue. Now, domestic violence hits these girl children from all sorts of ends. When they get pregnant, their parents are blaming them. But sometimes it's these same parents who send these children to go and collect water at 8 p.m.
Even buy a packet of warrage and cigarettes.
Or buy a packet of warrage and cigarettes, basically sending a child to the hyenas. You know what could happen to this girl, and you send her there. And then they come back, they are victimized at home by their parents. Then they are sent to go to their husband's home. And there, they are pommeled further. Domestic violence, the cycle continues and goes on.
Okay.
My question is, what is government doing about this?
Thank you. Thank you, Honorable Dombo. This affects the development of the country. It causes poverty, because when you break my life at the age of 15, I will not go to school, and that my future is nowhere. You have cut short my future. And these are our parents, they are teachers. They are our uncles and our brothers. The district health officer.
Thank you very much, Madam Speaker, and my honorable members of this August House. I want to re-echo what the honorable predecessor, my predecessor, has talked about. I want to pose a question in Ntungamo. Is it a reality?
What do you think?
Now, listen to these numbers or statistics. When we are compiling as health our statistics for those ladies who become pregnant and come to be checked in the first antenatal care, out of almost 20,000 people who were checked when they were pregnant, those children we are talking about aged 10 to 19, they were over 2,500, a percentage of 13%. Is it a reality again? Out of those who managed to carry on the pregnancy up to the fourth recommended, 33% complete. But most of these 10 to 19, less than 10 completed their fourth what? Antenatal. Those who managed to deliver from health facilities to be assisted by health workers, 10 to 19-year-olds, less than 1,500, which is to see those ones even who deliver, who come to be checked at 6 weeks, where we are supposed to immunize, to check for HIV in the young ones, even the percentage is what? Is lower. So that's how big, honorable members of Ntungamo, the problem is in Ntungamo.
So it is a reality.
It's a reality.
As you wind up, honorable member.
What I'm saying, who are the most affected? School going, you have already heard, that's school dropout. 10 to 19, that is P4 to senior 6. They don't have a future. These young ones have not yet fully developed their bodies, so they will die. They are the ones we are cutting. They are not yet employed. They cannot get money to go and access health services. And they are not in formal marriages, as we shall hear, and mostly they are OVCs, and they don't attend all the antenatal care, hence. And what is very painful, the most likely to have been impregnated by those who should have protected them, they are your parents, guardian stroke relatives, teachers, and worst of all, they are raped and they get HIV/AIDS, of which, when we are fast tracking, we tell these young girls that young girls, young people, consequences of sex are not shared by your friends. Kindly don't go in because your friend has done it. Remember, your HIV negative status expires every time you have unprotected yourself with somebody you don't know the HIV status. So as advice, young people, let's come up, honorable members, support this young generation so that we have an HIV-free generation and a future. Thank you very much.
Thank you, honorable member. As he has said, is it a reality? It is indeed a reality. Before I get to the police department, may I get from Honorable Beatrice Rakimari, who is very passionate about this topic. Please, honorable member, you are welcome to NTV People's Parliament.
I'm very passionate about issues of early marriages, child marriages, as we have been advised, because they contribute 25% to maternal mortality in this country. And for me, even a death of one woman while giving life is unacceptable. And therefore, as leaders in the district, as leaders in this country, we have to do everything that it takes to ensure that we eliminate the death of women while giving life. And as Parliament, for example, this financial year, we have increased the budget for health, especially budget for reproductive health, so that we can get more commodities, more drugs, more medical supplies, more maternity centers, more delivery beds, so that our mothers can deliver in a safe environment, so that both mother and child are healthy. And therefore, I want to call upon the district also to prioritize issues of adolescent health, issues of the young people, because, Madam Speaker, as you know, young people make up more than 50% of this nation, and therefore, we have to do all that it takes to protect the young people, because they are the future generation of Uganda, the future generation of Ntungamo. And therefore, as honorable members in this House, I request you, I actually do not request you, but I implore you that we go back, talk to the communities, talk to the parents who are in the habit of selling off their girls, because they are actually selling off the girls to get a goat, to get a cow, to get money. But in the process, they don't know that they are endangering the lives of these young children. They have already talked about the issue of high dropout. This is a serious issue in the district and in Uganda, because research has shown that out of 100 girls that start school in P1, only 22 girls finish primary 7. That is a disaster. That is something we must fight to ensure that all the girls go to school, remain in school, and complete their education. And Madam Speaker, you know that the issue of adolescent pregnancies is a comprehensive issue. It touches issues of poverty, it touches issues of domestic violence, as they have mentioned, it touches the whole issue about life. And therefore, as a district, we pledge, working together, that we are going to start a campaign, working with our partners in the district, to go on radio, in churches, wherever we are, to talk against this problem of child marriages. It is not good for us, it is not good for Ntungamo district, and it is not good for the nation. I thank you, Madam Speaker, for the opportunity.
Thank you. Thank you, Honorable Rakimari. I think you have heard the people of Ntungamo speak. Child marriages, not early marriages, child marriages and teenage pregnancies is a big problem in Ntungamo. Let's go for a short break, and when we come back, police will tell us what they are doing to ensure that this stops or at least reduces. Yes, welcome back. You are still watching NTV People's Parliament, sitting here in Tungamo District, discussing teenager pregnancies and child marriages. I don't know how it is in your district, but listen to the people of Tungamo. The police force is very vital in fighting child pregnancies and the teenager pregnancies and child marriages. Are you also being invited to these weddings where they are marrying off the young girls, or you are fighting it? Honorable member from the police.
As the police, our roles.
Your name is Honorable member. We need to know.
Inspector Raruleya, in Child and Family, Tungam Police Station.
Okay.
I've been Tungam for 4 years. But when I stand here, I may even cry, because these issues touch my office too much. They all rotate around domestic violence. So, when there's domestic violence in a home, children drop out from school. They end up getting married because the parents are always fighting. There's no peace. Even if you have wealth, you can't enjoy. Even if you have land, you can't plant crops because they're always running. With your husband, with your spouses, there's no peace at home. So that's the only solution. A girl child can say that, please let me get a spouse who can look after me. But when she reaches there, the things become sour. She ends up, the kids, she might be scissored. There's no help. The spouse might look at her, she's now very ugly because she's already been scissored. Chases her away, come to my office. A man has failed to give me maintenance. You look at the girl, he said, oh, you're not supposed to cry, but you're trying to counsel them. You talk to them. In your means.
Perpetuators, these people who normally come to your office, are they parents, are they teachers? Who pregnant these girls at this early age?
Thank you, Madam Speaker. You see, men, I generalize them. Because when they get chance of these girls, they can't leave them because they have money. They can just induce them that, please, I'll look after you, but at the end, they just abandon these girls. Because there's no alternative. So he thinks where she's going to get peace, but there's no peace. They end up coming back to their parents. The parents also chase them away that you go back to your man. You know, the children, they start getting stranded.
So, yes, Honorable Member.
The Honorable Member is the government. The Honorable Member is the police. The Honorable Member is lamenting like me, an ordinary citizen. The Honorable Member should be telling us what government is doing with your authority.
Yes. But I also posed the question to you, Honorable Member. Who are the main perpetrators? Are you fearing to mention them? Because they come to your office. These reports come to your office. Or because you have eaten there something you don't want to say.
Honorable Speaker, as my fellow Honorable has said, we have the statistics in police. It is there. Every year we combine reports about those cases. Even if you pass in our office right now, I can give you those data.
You don't have them with you here?
No, but I prepared them there. I might expose them here. You said, hey, police is doing nothing. But we are working hard to bring these criminals to books. As our role as the police, we investigate. We receive complaints. We detect crime. When these victims come, we counsel them. We give them PF3s, they go for medical examination.
Speak from the microphone, Honorable Member.
They go for medical examination, they're examined. After that, we might refer them to our NGOs who are near us, like Uganda. We have TPOs. We can refer them to the nearest health centers. They are put on PEM. That's what we do as police.
Honorable, is it also true that when these men, you have called them the men, you don't want to specifically tell us which category is involved in this crime. But when they came, we have reports that you tell the perpetrator to sit down with the parent and discuss the way forward, instead of...
Madam Speaker, that one's really a lie. As a police, Madam Speaker, we are trying all means of taking these perpetrators' books. We take them to court. The record is there. But we also have challenges in police.
What are the challenges?
Now, for example, for medical examination, I can be having those forms. There's 24, there's PF3. We send them to doctors. We don't have police surgeons here. The only hospital there is Itozo. But in Tongam district, a person who helps us too much in Tongam on police 24 is the Dr. Telephone. He helps us a lot. He does it free. That police 24 is where the suspect is supposed to be examined. But when the victim is supposed to be examined, we take them to the hospital. But these victims, sometimes they are very poor, they don't have money. Poverty comes in. Now the case dies, because that is our first evidence. Once you are defiled, you must be examined in police form 3. Then the rest can follow. Honestly, people charge people 50,000 for medical examination. We are appealing as the district. What's the way forward? That's why these cases are dying, because somebody might not. I cannot put money in my pocket that I'm giving this victim. It is not there. They have to provide, the parents must provide for them, take them to hospital.
So you have financial consequences as police?
Yes, Honorable.
Okay, thank you, Honorable Member. The district, the governor of the district. I will give you your opportunity. Yes, Honorable Chairman. What are you doing to facilitate these offices as a district? We want to fight teenage pregnancies.
Thank you very much.
But there are no facilities in hospital. These people don't have even a surgeon, you know.
Thank you very much.
You can sit. You can go back and sit, Honorable Member.
Madam Speaker, the issue of early pregnancies, teenage pregnancies, early child is a holistic issue. It all starts from moral degeneration. Our society has more or less degenerated in many sectors, particularly in behavior change. And this is a holistic view which starts even from a family. The responsible people, including the enforcement, have not been so vigilant. The enforcement arms, the systems, so much so that whoever is concerned is highly reprimanded, both at police, both at court, and so that they are given deterrent reprimands. So the issue of the district here in entirety, we have played our role. First of all, I want to thank the government, because we have a very big hospital. It was a hospital, and so far it has been fully rehabilitated. We have doctors' houses. We have 4 doctors. We have 4 health center force. And we have recruited staff to a fair status, including nurses, midwives, and so on. So the sector of the district, we have much advocated for change of negative attitude.
Okay.
Thank you very much. Our advocacy continues, and I can bear with you. We have been on radio. We talk about health, and our staff have been talking about it.
Okay,
so
Honorable.
we shall continue cooperating. Thank you very much, Madam Speaker.
Thank you, Honorable. Okay, I will have you, and then you.
Ntungamo district, as of 2016, was ranked as one of the worst hit districts in Western Uganda as far as child and marriages are concerned. A total of 233 cases of child marriage were reported in 2014. And while 228 were reported in 2015, 249 were reported in our respective sub-counties. That is in Tungamo district, and this trend is so worrying. I want to thank the police. I want to thank the probation office. But as we have said, she mentioned it, but we still have, you know, if there is poverty in homes, there is even poverty at police. This is why she never said it that way. If you cannot prosecute a case from the word go, entire to its conclusive end, it means somewhere there is something that is lacking.
That means there is poverty in the government.
There is poverty, there is entire everything, and in Tungamo is at its worst. So let's not shy away. Let's come out together. Let's have these statistics. Let's debate soberly so that we can come up with how do we end this vice. But Madam Speaker, as I speak, Tungamo is really at its worst. Thank you very much, Madam Speaker.
Thank you. Yeah, please. And I have a lady.
I would like to supplement on what the police officer talked about. I know I'm a former probation officer, and when we talk about child marriage, when we talk about teenage pregnancy,
please, face the
there are departments that we are talking about. We are talking about police, we are talking about probation, we are talking about Secretary for Children's Affairs in the office of the district council. But when you look at these three arms, when you look at the budget that is allocated to them, they can never play what they're supposed to do. As chairman was speaking, if we ask the district, how much has the district allocated to the probation office, you would be surprised. If we ask the district to tell us how much in the entire district budget is focusing on these young girls, on these adolescents, you would be surprised.
Do you have that figure, Honorable Member, the chairman of the district?
I can request the health officer and the probation officer, sincerely, the probation officer and the health officer to give cause as whether we have ever passed a budget without giving them allocation.
Okay. You have the budget?
What is appropriated for health is for the whole sector, and it's big, but not specifically for probation-related activities. And as you know, our local revenue.
So probation gets nothing. That's what we want to hear.
But from the budget allocation, would please request that you increase. For example, this financial year, I've been given 25 million to run through the whole district, which cannot even manage me to move around.
So how much will go to the probation officer?
I don't know. If you can give me 50 million, I'll be happy.
I'm Benon Senior Probation Officer, and I'm happy to be given this opportunity to talk about a critical issue that touches our children.
Just tell us the amount of money that you receive.
The allocation this financial year is 5 million.
5 million?
Yes. 5 million, but definitely it depends. The realistic, the realization of that money may depend upon the availability of resources.
So even 5 million might reduce?
Implicitly.
Okay, thank you. Thank you. It wasn't your opportunity, we just wanted the budget, and we have known it is 5 million or less. Thank you.
So
yes,
thank you, Madam
wind
Speaker.
up in 1 minute, Honorable
Madam
Member.
Speaker. So as I was saying, there is a structure. The government has put in place very beautiful structures, but these structures are not functional.
The white elephants.
They are not working to protect a girl child. I know there is a Secretary for Children's Affairs in the district council, and who in most cases is the vice chairperson. But how much does she do to actually protect our young children from child marriage and teenage pregnancies? Thank you, Madam Speaker.
Thank you. 1 minute, please, Honorable Member.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. I am Honorable Beatrice Chemister. I am a professional nurse midwife, and therefore I represent the health constituency. I would just like to change our minds a little bit from the previous statement of the health workers charging their money. Honorable Speaker, We are all interested in these cases. We have, in fact, the real interest for these cases to be examined, I think, largely falls in our department. As she noted, we don't have a forensic doctor for the police around, but we do use our health workers. The truth is that we had challenges in filling police Form 3. But as a department, we have worked together with Uganda, just an organization around here, to train our health workers on how to handle these victims, right up to Health Center 3, where the Honorable Dennis talked about. There's little money that has been mentioned is for consulting the technical language, for airtime, for coming to court to give this evidence. They don't charge it because they want to malice the case. I think we brought it out in one of the meetings, Madam Speaker, that we need GLOS to support our health sector so that we can also benefit from the available money which other departments get who handle the same cases, that we might bring our points forward. Madam Speaker, this was not my time, but I just didn't want the moment to go.
Okay.
I hope I'll come
Thank
again.
you.
Thank you.
I think as you have heard from the chairman of the district, from the probation officer, from the police, I think we are not doing a lot to end these teenage pregnancies and child marriages. Am I wrong? Is it a reality? Yes. Are we doing anything as a district with 5 million budget? Do you agree that the reality on the ground is that we are doing nothing? So what can we do as a district? Should we sit back and relax as our girls go to West? Let's go for a short break, and when we come back, the people of Ntungamo are going to tell us more about what they are doing to ensure that there is no more teenage pregnancies and child marriages. Yes, welcome back. You are still watching NTV, People's Parliament, the program that gives one inch, you and me, an opportunity to speak about issues that affect everyday life. Today, we are still in Ntungamo, discussing about teenage pregnancies and child marriages. What have they done as a district to fight this vice? Honorable members, what have you done, or what are you doing as a district? We shall not lament until Jesus comes back home. Can I have the gentleman behind and the lady, Hajat, please?
What I want to ask is one thing. The policemen, they should be the one to protect us, but they are the one disturbing us. And even health workers. I'm sure on this, because there is a no CCID in Ntungamo, short man. One day, he told me that, you girl, me I'm 22 years old, but I have a baby, 2 years old baby. He told me, you girl, I want to take you out today. I said, no, I don't want. Then you have refused to work with me, I will work with you. Then the father of my daughter...
As a man in charge of order and law, I think you are wasting our time. I've already ruled him out of order.
Okay, Madam, I'm very sorry, but I wanted to react to what you asked about the perpetrators of these cases, teenage pregnancies. We are having
and we have found out that police is part of the perpetrators.
Not really, because if it comes...
According to what your officer told the lady.
If I thought, because we have to adduce evidence, if I thought it happened and this lady complains, we have to...
Unfortunately, when we talk of these things, there are some people who do not want to listen to them. I have 8 cases in 2015, 2016 that happened in Erohama when the Ntungamwe Hills Road was being constructed. These young girls were defiled, impregnated, and left to rot by the drivers of these vehicles that were making the load. This is the Chinese company, but they were Africans. They were not Chinese defiling. The Africans were defiling. A big man driving a Bomag vehicle on a 13-year-old child. And the parents, because they are poor, they are given 600,000, and a parent just abandons the child. Because he will go to police and spend an extra time. Why does?
Told us, live, there is a teacher who caned a schoolgirl in Senior 2, 88 sticks.